Of late, there has been so much discussion regarding this issue of gays, lesbians, and transgenders, and also bisexuals. And so I thought maybe I can add a few points regarding the whole issue from my own observation. And I've made 5 observations which I'd like to share with you regarding this LGBTQ discussion. Point number 1, under the Kenyan law and the Kenyan constitution, lesbianism and gayism is not illegal. Many people may argue that it is immoral, but there are moral wrongs and legal wrongs. So per se, it is not illegal. However, what is illegal, for instance, sodomy under the Penal Code is illegal. And people who are guilty of sodomy can be imprisoned for up to 14 years. But the lesbianism, under almost all the Kenyan laws, I have never seen anywhere it is declared illegal. So when someone is not illegal, you may wonder, even if you are to arrest lesbians, for instance, or people who are gay but they are not exercising sodomy, what exactly will you charge them in a court of law? Point number 2, it is normally said that there is no bad publicity. Publicity, whether good or bad, makes something trend. And as you know, we are in a very curious generation. So when we are discussing so much about about LGBTQ, we are creating awareness and you are creating curiosity. So what will happen with the current generation? They will say, why don't we try this thing called gayism and lesbianism, even if it's just for fun? Yeah, so I believe some discussions should not be entertained because that curiosity will be created, and then you'll find people, especially the young generation, are just going to do it just to explore for fun and nothing much. Number 3, my point number 3 in the whole discussion is about priorities. Right now in our country, we are facing so many challenges. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of drought, famine. Very soon, because the rains have started, maybe there'll be flooding. There's also a leadership crisis whereby we are always having war of words between the government and the opposition. We have so many problems. And then I ask myself, do we really have time as a country to discuss what two people who are consenting decide to do with their bodies? Really, as a country, have we got that idol that you can sit and start discussing what do people decide? What about if we channeled all that energy to discuss important issues like leadership in this country and corruption? Because that is what matters. Otherwise, 2 adults, whatever they want to do with their bodies, even if you keep arguing about it, they will not stop. Point number 4, regarding this whole issue of LGBTQ. This is a sexual relation. People enter into a house, they do their own thing there. Even if you are the police, how would you, unless people are doing it in public, which is very rare, how would you confirm confirm that someone is a gay if they are doing it in private or is a lesbian? So honestly, I believe we can use our police for better things than that. Yes, as much as I may not advocate for this gayism and lesbianism, how do you even prove it? Because maybe I go to visit a male friend of mine, no one is in that house, whatever we do remains our business. Yeah, so it is a bit hard to prove even in a court of law. And lastly, point number 5, I believe each one has a responsibility. If you don't support gayism, if you don't support lesbianism, why don't you talk to your children, talk to your nieces, talk to your nephews, talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk to the teenagers around you about why they should not join LGBTQ? Because if they go out here, they rely on the media, maybe they will join. But if they are taught from school or from home, the way you are taught stealing is not good, so many things we are taught from home, why don't we teach also about gayism and lesbianism from home? Why should we be so much concerned about people will go and do out there? So I believe we need to get our priorities right as a country, and we need to let people decide what they want to do. That is my very personal opinion. However, if you don't support it, you can refrain yourself and also those around you. I think that will be much easier, and it will save us a lot of energy with regards to the whole issue of gayism and lesbianism.